1, 2, 3. It's going on. Check, check.
Check, check.
Check, check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Check, check.
I hope people in the audience can be hearing us. Please post something. If not,
Check, check. Okay.
so well, I was going to tell you what I found on eBay. The Cyberpunk 2013, like version 1 on eBay for like $65. And I was like, I almost tempted to go to order it, and I'm like, well, knowing my luck, it's going to be like sent internationally. Check, no, it's somewhere in Ohio.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. All right. Are we on? Are we live? We're live.
We live.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Hey everybody.
Hey, everybody. This is Mr. T. Tizzle.
Phil Nielsen here.
And,
Well,
I'm in the command center of Phil's house. We're in the same location again. Feels good. And, yeah, we got another show for you.
Hopefully it was a fun one like our previous one. I enjoyed the previous one.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone loves tier lists. Yeah, we got a tier list for you today.
Yeah, that is a question though. Out of the lists that we've made, how many of the OG ones do you think you've actually, like from the first one to like the sequels? How many do you think of the sequels you've seen more than the original? If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, quite a bit actually. I mean, there's a couple in there where it's like you saw the sequel first
Yeah.
as a kid and saw the original later. And yeah, that's definitely a little bit of a bias, but that's all right, you know. Oh yeah, there'll be some in there, and kind of the question overall is, it's like there's that old adage, the sequels are always worse, but that's definitely not the case. Sometimes they're better, and it's like this list that we got. Yeah, I mean, I think that'll come up a little bit, like tier list in the sense that not just is it a good movie, but also like how does it fare with the original or the ones before it.
Yeah.
And we've got some like series in the list, and yeah, that'll probably come too.
I mean, I did sort of set like guidelines to this. Like, we only did so up to so many because one, if like we just did a James Bond, and I like a few James Bond movies, but there's like over 25 of those movies. Yeah, and that would be I think an hour. Just picking those putting those on the tier list by itself would be an hour by itself.
Well, I definitely have to do more research because I definitely haven't seen any of them. The ones I have seen was a long time ago.
Yeah, same here. It's like, I mean, I do have a few ones like GoldenEye in my I vividly remember, but yeah, but
and no Marvel
and no Marvel
or DC. We didn't want to go down that route. That could be its own cast. Like totally be its own.
Yeah, yeah, because that one got weird to me in a weird angle. It's like, do you consider Iron Man? If you put in the Iron Man, do you put that in the tier list as being with like Avengers or something? But, yes, a whole other subject. Again, we're doing a new trying things new. So I apologize if things mess up, but we'll get started with our tier list.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Oh.
Did anything pop up?
Not on Twitch.
I think it's one.
Oh, there it is.
I had to click on my Windows. Okay. All right. If people are seeing, please don't look down on the bottom. Let it be a surprise.
Oh, it's all right. I mean,
All right.
most people just sort of have them linger in the background on tier lists, you know.
Yeah. All right. As you see, an A to F. I mean S to F.
S to F. Obviously, S is, God tier.
Yep.
And then we got, some in the middle, A slightly, slightly below that, but still great. B, B, good. C, average. D, not that great. And then F is trash.
Yep. All right, so let's start with one. No, this is one I remember seeing when we would have our Conan the Destroyer. I'm just going to place it down, and we'll move it up and down that we think is accordingly. Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say would go into the A because one, it's one of those I've seen probably more than the original, and I have the original on DVD. But it has great cast. A uncredited of Andre the Giant, Wilt Chamberlain.
One of the greatest soundtracks of all.
Honestly, I haven't.
Incredible soundtrack.
I love Conan's theme. I'll definitely say is.
Conan's theme. There's the theme in during the sacrifice where it's like da 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 da. Amazing. And the thing is that well, this is definitely one we saw before the first one. I remember being in the theater this one, and I don't know if you were there.
I don't think I probably was even. Yeah, I was probably like a baby.
I think I went and saw it when I was like 4. My dad took me or something, and I remember, but it was incredible, and so I have this is a lot of nostalgia here, but yeah, I would definitely say at least, and this is controversy. Everyone else thinks the first one is by far superior, and in a way it is. But I would say at least B, but I would put it in. But B is fine. What do you think?
I mean, one because the first one was definitely like a hard R. This one I think was definitely PG-13.
Yeah.
And I think it actually added a little bit. It added probably more of the original mythos of Conan. And then the one.
Yeah.
I would say B would actually I think would be a great follow up.
All right. Awesome. Oh yeah. Don't we have a timer?
We should set a timer.
Time ourselves. We're gonna go for an hour. We might go over that, but at the very least, it'll keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
Setting timer. Now. All right.
All right. Well, this is definitely what I remember as being. Again, I'm just as a placeholder. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze.
Oh God. Oh man, dude. All right. Again, nostalgia. Although we definitely saw the. Okay. It's somewhat easy answer. How compared to the first one?
It definitely was a downgrade.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, this is also when we first saw the movie, we didn't I think we all heard it was based from a comic book. We had no idea what the comic book was about, and so when we went into the first one, and it was dark, we're like, hey, where is the Robotic Foot Clan? Why? Still a great movie. The reason I think this got a severe downgrade, one, none of the Ninja Turtles used any of their weapons. I probably would say Donatello because it's a stick.
He used he used 2 sticks once.
Okay.
Like it wasn't even a staff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
No. I still think it was the Henson. I still think it was Henson with this. But it was the suits were definitely downgraded. April O'Neil was downgraded. No Casey Jones.
Yeah. No, Corey Feldman wasn't the voice of Donatello.
Toka and Razar. Fuck that.
Third-rate bebop rocksteady.
It's got to be it. Oh man, I almost want to say D, dude. I want to say slightly below average.
I would go C just because they did interject the cartoon humor,
and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
when I watched it for the most part.
The ninja rap. Come on.
All right, Vanilla Ice. All right, C tier. There we go.
All right. Okay, let's do bit of a. I would say more modern to our last one. Make sure I choose. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh wait, is that the? Oh shit.
It's part 2.
Oh, part 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust me, it's funny. I actually talked to people. A lot of people know there was an Austin Powers. They thought it was generally was Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, then Gold member.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. I honestly can't remember the second. Like, who was? What happened in the second?
So I only remember a little bit of of it was so they got rid of Miss Kennington. She became she was a fembot.
Oh yeah, okay.
So he became single again, naked dancing montage.
Oh yeah, and then Roller Girl is the new girl.
Yeah.
Roller, and then
Felicity Shagsworth. I think. But I mean, I think this just, I think it was with Mike Myers movies, it doubled down on the jokes, which made it so great.
Yeah.
I mean, Will Ferrell's, and I'm not the big, this is the stuff I liked Will Ferrell in, was those little comedic parts. I mean, it wasn't really funny, but it was like, he played that bumbling idiot really great.
Yeah. God, I just can't remember.
I mean,
plot.
Basically, if I remember, no way.
Does he go back?
I think he
goes back in time.
Mojo.
Oh yeah, okay.
This is the introduction also of Fat Bastard and Mini-Me.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh yeah, fuck. All right. Well. Yeah, all that was good, and it was another Austin Powers movie, pretty good. I don't know, man. And compared to the original, I would say that it's better than, but just because it has Mini-Me and Fat Bastard. Oh man, I don't know. I'd say B.
Okay.
Maybe.
Because I mean, also because it had a pretty good. I think a pretty good soundtrack. Madonna did I think she did a cover of the American. I think she did a cover. No, I think it was Lenny Kravitz did the American Pie. It was on this album.
Oh, okay.
But she did. Mike Myers as Austin did. Had a couple songs on the BBC.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. It's starting to come back to. Yeah, I'd still say B.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's good. All right. Now this one is just for as a rep for me and Tor because of a previous of past movie. Return to Salem's Lot. I'm going to say A tier right now, just just because of the sheer stupidity.
No, that's not how this works. No, that's well, be trash tier.
Of course, it's trash.
Oh, okay. Well, put it down there. Get it down there. Get it down to trash tier.
I put let's do it at D.
D for the stupidity of it.
Yeah.
You know, so bad it's good sort of thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah. One. All right. All right. So they must be spaced out. All right. European Vacation.
Ooh.
Now this is one I remember seeing clips of the original, but I remember being on HBO, probably even Cinemax, Showtime, whatever it's one, but seeing European Vacation more than anything else. And I think to me it was a lot more funnier because to me it showed the Griswolds as being this would be the typical Americans, but they're causing chaos and they're just oblivious to it. They run over. Not Michael Palin. Monty Python guy.
Oh, John Cleese. Yeah. Oh, Eric Idle.
Yeah.
Again, I saw this for the original. This was the one that was always playing at the parents' house.
Yep.
And I think it's just as good as the original.
Yeah.
I think it. For me, yeah, it's just as good as the original. Great sequel. It's a good sequel.
Yeah.
Although I think again, the main consensus is it's a dip. But I would disagree. So yeah, A tier sounds good to me.
Okay.
I think yeah, it's a great movie.
And people in the audience, please post what if you disagree, what you think. If you, of course, seen the movie, don't just say, "Oh, I think it's F," because plus I won't watch it.
Yeah.
All right. So this is from one of our previous castings. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I apologize if you can't see the entire. This is just how it shows up.
Oh, I got you.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Ooh.
Because when this initially did come out, it and then for years it got really a lot of hate for it. It's not till these last few years, I think a lot, thanks to the LGBT community, it's gotten the love. And again, when I first watched it, it felt off. It felt wrong. This is before I knew what being gay and all that was, with being as a gay movie. But it felt wrong. It felt weird.
Yeah. No, I mean we talked about it in length, but I definitely think it's not as good as the first one. But it does have something to it that's a little off of the rest of the series. But there is something about it, so it's definitely not trash.
I mean, I would put it as D.
Yeah, D tier. Just because, I think it's just not as good as a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
But it's not trash because it's got that, just that weirdness about it.
Yeah.
All
right. This, if because I watched Clerks the other day, and he said this was Randall said this one was blasphemous. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that's S tier.
That's S tier.
That's all. Yeah.
All right.
That's S tier. I mean, convince me that I'm wrong. Although the only thing I will say is that back in the day, I was a bigger fan of Return of the Jedi as a kid. but that makes sense because I went to the movie theaters and watched it, and just it appeals more to the children, I think. But yeah, in hindsight, I mean, and that's the main consensus. It's the and in terms of being better than the first one, I think so, hands down.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, first one put the blueprints down. This one basically expanded it. Made you want to care for Han Solo. Because honestly, if you think in the first one, Han Solo was a dick.
Yeah.
A
little bit. But he saved Luke.
Yep.
Go get him, kid. Fly, get out of here.
I mean, weren't you? When Luke got hit by the Wampa. I mean, weren't you like, as a kid, you're like, no, he can't.
No, Empire was dark.
Yeah.
It is dark. Not just like dark as in scary as a kid. Just generally darker. Cinematography's way better.
Yeah.
The story's awesome.
I mean, if you even read the crawl things about it, it's like they haven't had besides the blowing up the Death Star, they hadn't had a big another win.
Yeah, no.
I mean, this is also probably in the Empire was definitely on, in pursuit. Like, you just destroyed this massive space station, but now we're hunting you even harder.
And they went to the the balmy planet of Hoth.
Yep. But yep, S tier.
All right. Yeah.
All right. I think this is what I remember watching the first one with Tor a lot. This one I don't remember so much. I remember I think we watched it a few times.
Mm.
Naked Gun 2.5. The Smell of Fear.
God, honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen this one.
Same here.
I only saw Naked Gun because we just. I watched it for another one of our guests. Watched it with my roommate, and it was amazing.
I want to watch actually the old Police Squad TV series.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this one I can't say too much about, but I can definitely say that as a kid I liked it. So I can definitely say that.
I mean, I think definitely the first. My opinion, I would say this would probably go in C tier. Reason is because up till his his infamous, like O.J. Simpson didn't like in the first one he was basically put on the shelf. This one he actually had some skits in it, and which made it as funny. But it was like they're just lying too heavily on, hey, if you watch Naked Gun, here's the sequel.
Yeah, but not a bad sequel.
No.
Yeah, not. It wasn't a drop down. I mean, maybe a little bit of a drop down, but not much.
Yeah.
Pretty much, just the same humor,
Yeah.
same stuff. But yeah, it wasn't like, what is this? This sucks.
Well,
Definitely not.
It's like nothing really quotable. I mean, like I'm pretty sure you've quoted stuff from the first movie.
Parachute not. That's what. Being caught in a combine, having your nuts bit off for a Rottweiler. That's how I want to go. Oh, Frank!
Not a single man will stop till the person is found. Let's go get a bite to eat.
Let's go. Oh yeah, I concur. See.
Okay. All right. The Godfather 2.
Esther.
Esther? Okay.
Yeah, it's better than the original is amazing, and it's even better. It's just hands down. It's yeah. I don't know how he pulled it off. Like it's almost impossible to have happened. And everyone thought the same. Like that's the epitome of like, no, yeah, Godfather 2. What? How can they make a second one? And then blew everyone away. And that's pretty well. It's rare that they can be that much better even after a really great movie. But I think that's the case.
I definitely do remember watching it, but it's like I'm only having, I just remember. I think I remember more of the, the Michael, kissing Fredo on the cheeks, like how did I remember those scenes and stuff, but like I don't
Just the fact that because they didn't have Brando,
yeah.
character died, so they decided to do flashbacks. De Niro was young Brando.
Yeah.
Incredible choice. Like amazing choice.
I think I do remember that, and I actually watched a video essay about it.
Oh yeah, recently?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have seen the same essay.
Where it was talking about how Vito Marlon Brando's character, when he was just before he hit, how he realized the guy who was running running the streets, and he like the guy wasn't
I saw the same video like 2 weeks ago or something, dude. That was a nice little video.
Yeah, and I'm like, No,
and that dude, whoever made that video, doesn't have that many subscribers. I wonder if I subscribed to him, 'cause that was a good video. Well, sweet. Yeah, S tier done.
All right. Evil Dead 2.
Now I'll admit, I don't think I know enough about it to really tier list.
Well,
I saw it once, long time ago.
Did you see Evil Dead 1?
Yeah.
It's just Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2 is just sort of a reboot of Evil Dead 1.
Yeah. And
see, I'll express this right now. I didn't put the 2013. I didn't put Evil Dead Rise on this because I didn't know how to categorize those.
we'll do a reboot tier list. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Put that on the brainstorm.
Okay. But to me, it's like this is what how we got Army of Darkness, how we got Ash vs. the Evil Dead. It went more of the it leaned really heavy on the the craziness more than the horror. Where the first one was was supposed to be a straight up horror movie. There's I think there was a little joke, watching in the first one, watching the dead girlfriend, doing loop-de-loops in the. But this one, I think added more of the crazy zaniness that everyone associates with the Evil Dead franchise.
Oh yeah.
I want to put it as A. Again, like I said, we wouldn't have Army of Darkness and Evil, anything, comic books, the video games, if it wasn't for Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah, sounds good. Everyone talks about 2, not 1. Really.
Yeah.
And
I preface like anyone who's only seen Evil Dead 2, please watch Evil Dead 1. Watch what they were trying to do.
Just give him more money, see what they can do. And he showed.
Okay, I think either I must have got 2 of these of the sequel for some odd reasoning. But we'll do. I think this is.
Oh, you've got 2 Reloadeds.
Yeah, I think this is.
Well, let's do. No, that's Revolutions.
Revolutions. Oh, yep.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that after. Let's do Reloaded.
Okay, I meant to grab Reloaded. To me, I'll say, but I'll say C. And that's only in hindsight because of the how the CGI just has not aged gracefully with it. This is I haven't watched it for a while. They could have gone back and updated it, but I don't think they did.
Well, I'm sure I've talked with Philip about this in the past. I love Reloaded. Everyone fuck off. It's an amazing movie.
Oh yeah.
But it also goes up against the first Matrix, and that's tough.
Yeah.
And it didn't pull a Godfather part.
No.
I mean, well, in some ways I think it did, but I'm in the very, very, very small minority. So I'd say push it up to B. I'd probably say A. So let's meet in the middle.
Okay.
And I'd say A just because I think it makes sense the type of movie it is.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the theater and I thought it was incredible, and then everyone's like, this sucks, and I was like, oh no, it doesn't. But I get it. The first one was incredible.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't like the first. So I totally get it. Yeah, B. I know a lot of that's probably the more controversial. Most people will probably put it in trash. They're stupid.
Okay. All right. So, Matrix Reloaded, B.
Sweet.
All right. Meet the Fockers.
Now, just brainstorming sequels. I thought of that one because, and I'm not sure what the main consensus is. Have you seen Meet the Parents and or Meet the Fockers?
Yes.
Okay. I like Meet the Fockers. And I don't think, I don't know the consensus of what people think, but just, when they put in, like the first one, De Niro, super straight edge, all that stuff, and then you meet Stiller's parents, Dustin Hoffman, and he's a fucking hippie and shit like that. I just thought it was super fucking funny. So I would say it's better than the original. Not by much, though. Because it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. It's the same movie, but now it's like the opposite. It is the opposite end. It's the straight laced, hippies. I like this a little bit. I can't say a little bit, but I like this because one, in the first movie they did Ben Stiller's character just dirty, like he just could not get a break. I mean, I would like just a little. He got in that movie got a little bit of break, and then everything. But it was like failure, and they were like, it took him leaving. Literally packing his bags, leaving, and because he lost all his stuff. Thanks to the airport, he gets it back, and he's like, "Oh, give it to us." We're like, "No, I've had the worst." Week ever because you guys lost my stuff. I'm holding onto this bag. I will sit down. And they're like, no. It wasn't until the father basically, he could have done this earlier. Got a hold of his contact. Like, oh yeah, no, this guy was telling the truth. He was a nurse. And to me, it's the straight-laced parents, the straight-laced parents. It's them now. It's their turn to fill the.
De Niro's tense the whole time. They're the ones doing all the weird shit.
Yeah.
I'd say B personally.
Yeah. I would say B because one, I think I only watched it once, but I got a weird mind where I can remember movies.
Nice.
But but to me this was sort of like his, like, hey, okay, you guys had a deal. I had a deal with you guys for a week. Come meet my family. you guys' minds are gonna melt. All right. Revenge of the Nerds 2.
Now I'll be honest. I just don't remember. I don't remember.
This one I definitely would. First one that's controversial as it is. This one I remember seeing a lot more than the first one.
Is this the one where they go to the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I remember a little bit of it.
And then, like, Ogre at the end becomes one of the nerds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think what had just as many wacky, adventures, incidents. They went to they found supposedly, the nerds think they found a lost civilization in Florida.
Oh yeah, we definitely watched this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, yeah. For nostalgia's sake, I'd say it's better. But I
mean, I would say C just because.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me.
I think I don't remember the guy who played the sort of the head nerd at the end of the first movie. I don't think he came back for this one too.
Well, yeah, Goose didn't come back. I don't think. I think he had a
yeah. Oh yeah, he
like
did.
At the end or something.
Yeah, he did. I have the movie. It's been a while since I should remember it. All right. Make sure I grab the right one. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
We just watched it. We watched the quadrilogy.
Okay.
At Mother's house, and I loved watching this movie. Oh shit! sorry, folks. Yeah, I loved rewatching this. It was incredible. Short round.
Yep.
God. Now the consensus is this is like the worst one, or well, when it was a trilogy, it was the worst one, and I can see that, but
because it felt unnecessarily dark.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely darker than the first one, but like after having watched all of them again, like the first one, I mean, it's really good, but there's just too much nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like we rewatch this movie all the time, and I think I'm definitely watch this one first too.
Yeah.
If I remember. Yeah, definitely saw that one first. I mean, I think it's as good as Zero, but I'm willing to say that objectively speaking, it's probably a little worse, or not as good as Zero.
Well, I mean, because it was Kate Capshaw,
Short round.
Yeah, I mean, Bonus was short round. I mean, like he's one of the best sidekicks ever.
That dude's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, on a rewatch this last time, it didn't go down at all. It went up when I rewatched it, dude. So, I mean, I would say at least
a B.
Yeah, at least. Okay. If you want to bump it up, feel free.
Yeah, because I remember watching the first one. The snake pit didn't bug me, but them going through the tunnel of bugs creeped me out.
Step on fortune.
But I would say B. Okay. Here's another one from our past. Back to the Future Part 2. I mean, okay, one, I'm going to say it definitely goes in A tier. Because it's Back to the Future 2.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we watched it in the theater.
Yeah.
And we were so fucking pumped.
Yeah.
And I like it better than the original. Just because it almost feels like an Empire Strikes Back, because it's just there's just so much more going on.
Yeah,
there's so much more shit happening.
Well, was it also okay? I'm not going to use the hoverboard, but do you think it's that going in the future of the what if future?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, the future part, the first third of it is we were all psyched as kids to watch that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then it goes on this weird tangent. And none of us thought he'd go back to 1955.
Yeah.
And then recreate all that shit. Like that's it was awesome. And but I will say, man, I haven't watched this in a long. And I want to.
I remember being in the apartment, and I think I had me and my kids watching it, and it was solely just because they hadn't watched.
You watched all three?
I think so.
Yes. Well, yeah, I'd say A tier.
I mean, there was some.
It's almost at an S tier.
Yeah.
But the first movie, to say the first movie is just a classic.
Yeah. I mean, I think also it's also I think as there's the one great philosopher Yogurt puts, it's merchandising.
Merchandising.
Because I remember McDonald's advertising, hey, come get our Happy Meals and get the or was it Pizza Hut? I think it was actually Pizza Hut, and get the sunglasses the bad guys wore.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you guys think it belongs in higher, put it in the comments. But
I'm not averse to it being higher at all. It's a great movie. It's a great sequel.
Yep. Okay. Let's do this one. Die Hard 2.
Oh man. Now again, I love all the Die Hard movies. I think they're all good in their own way. And I actually like watching Die Hard 2 more than the first one.
Really?
I do. I think Die Hard 2 is really good, but I think the first one is a better film. But I like Die Hard 2. But I think the first one probably it's just more of a classic. And I think that's the main consensus to everybody. So I would say it's a tier.
Which tier?
I would say a B.
B. See,
Personally.
I mean, in hindsight, and I'm thinking, I only remember just key things from it. Because I remember when the bad guys had an African American guy. I swear I thought he looked like the cop from the first movie.
Oh.
And that to me that hurt me because that's who I thought it was. I'm like, why did he join the bad guy?
Oh no.
In hindsight, he wasn't. It wasn't.
He even calls Carl.
Yeah.
In the movie,
which I think even confused me worse.
I what did I say? Yeah, I'd say B.
B, okay.
I get it. It's probably not as good as the first one, but I think it's a good movie.
Okay. All right. This one's going to be hard because 300, the Rise of the Army, right?
Trash.
Straight
trash. That's all I have to say about it.
This is probably the one time I was actually happy I saw I think it was on TBS. So they had to probably cut out all the fighting and violence. It probably was like a 45-minute movie.
I mean, that's the thing. 300 itself, it's definitely I rewatched it. I thought it was pretty cool when I first saw it, but it's definitely kind of dated now, and just it's just kind of, but it's kind of cool in its own right. But they didn't have to be a sequel at all.
No.
It's pointless, absolutely pointless. All right, first trash.
All right.
Not our last. At least not my last.
All right. Now this poster was actually the hardest to find because it kept pulling up the reboot version of it. Dawn of the Dead. Now, okay, I'm going to say S only because this I think was what gave yes, Night of the Living Dead put what gave us the term zombie. This is what gave us the prototype to now every zombie movie out there. I have not seen a zombie movie that they're not stuck in a giant building and all that.
I got you. I literally can't say anything about them. I've seen clips. That's about it. So I'll trust your judgment.
I mean, I'll even give it a mark. I would put it like if we had even a sub tier, this would be like an S minus.
I got you. Yeah.
But solely just because of, we want to have the Dead Rising series, So now let's do this one, Ghostbusters 2.
Oh yeah, dude. Now, did we? I imagine we went to the theater and watched it
I
together
probably did.
because we were hyped
Yeah.
to no end for this because we were big on Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I mean, Ghostbusters movie, the cartoon, the toys. I mean, one of our Christmas literally.
It was just Ghostbusters.
Yeah, we got toy proton packs. And the only reason I say toy because if I would have said that, people were like, the real ones. And some toys, the figurines, and then I remember us convening in the evening and brought all our shit, paired and contrasted notes, and played Ghostbusters. It was great. So we were hyped for this movie. We went down into your guys' basement. I think was unfinished at the time, which to me was a perfect.
When watching it as a kid, it was and I had a blast. It was awesome.
Yep.
I like the story, Vigo.
Yep.
Hey, you, bimbo with the baby. The big shoulder looks out. You have to, only a Carpathian would come back to life now and choose New York. Nice pick, Bonehead. Yeah. No, it's got some great lines. It's got some great characters. Janus. No, please go away, please.
February 14th. Bummer. I want to put as.
But
I want to say A.
Well.
Unless you can think of.
Well, no, I mean, the first one's so good. That's the thing. I don't think it's better than at all.
But it did have that same. It did to me have that same energy. I mean, instead of them being a startup company, they are now sort of a defunct company. I mean, to me, the opening seems like, oh, we wanted He-Man. And I think that was even during at the time He-Man's decline. I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of nostalgia with it. I would say C tier. Just only on the fact that I think the original is just that much better. But let's meet in the middle. B.
So it's funny. Most tier lists, B list is always the one that gets filled up the fastest. Okay. What's Aliens?
Oh shit! Now this is different. This is a different.
Because to me, it comes down to the argument of people like Alien or Aliens. I have met so many people who prefer Aliens over Alien.
I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean,
but to me, they're also Aliens is more action oriented. Still scary in parts. Where Alien essentially is the haunted house trope in space. They can't leave the space station.
Yeah, God, it's so difficult because the first one's like it's a perfect movie. The first one, like it's perfect in almost every way. But again, first one we saw, and it's a different type of movie, and it's a great movie. And if I had to choose to watch anyone at any one time, it would be Alien. So I don't think it's as objectively speaking. I think Alien is just a better film, but it's a great sequel.
Okay.
It's a great sequel to them.
I will put my foot down. Where I got it right now is an A. I don't think I can drop it any further than A.
No, I like A. I mean, it's almost a S in my opinion, just because that's how great of it is.
It would be an A plus.
A plus. Okay.
All right. Did that one. Shit.
How about the? How about the? Oh, yeah, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
For once we're going into the third movie, we could probably compare it to the first, though any of them before it, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's it's
I mean, because I honestly,
A
I
lot
still
of-
think this was my first movie going into theaters.
like first movie to see in a theater.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of nostalgia. It wasn't my first movie, but it was definitely the one that I was like, this is incredible. So there's a lot of nostalgia, and yeah, I still think it's a. I'm a big defender of Return of the Jedi. I'm a big defender of the Ewoks. They're fucking teddy bear cannibal, badass rebels. Like, I won't hear any different about it. But is it as good as Empire? No. Is it as good as Star Wars? I would say for me they're about the same.
Okay.
So I'd say B
B?
personally.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean that does fit.
I think a lot of people see it as a draw, and I think it is from Empire. But still, good movie, good ending
Yeah.
to the trilogy.
I mean, look, essentially, self dubs as himself as a Jedi Knight. You get the green, his iconic green lightsaber.
We got Leia in bikini. We got Jabba. We got the Ewoks. They're badass.
Yep.
Overall, yeah, it's awesome, but not as good as the one.
Okay. All right. Airplane 2.
Now, honestly, I have not seen that movie in such a long time. I can barely remember it.
Yeah. Essentially Airplane 1, but instead of a plane going from one, it's from in outer space.
Oh yeah.
I think this is also one of those. I probably saw it more on television than the original.
Oh man.
And it's like, I mean, if you've seen the first one, they pull almost every gag from the first one in this movie. I think the only downside is like they didn't have. God, this sucks. I can't. It didn't have Leslie Nielsen.
Oh yeah.
But it had Kirk in it. Robert Stack wasn't in it. Lloyd Bridges was in it. I think. Yeah, the second. But again, it's like, and to me, this does feel a little more. I think a little bit more softer than the original. I would put it as a C.
I can agree with that. Just because, it's not as good as the first one. I'll say that. That's about all I can say.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna unplug. I'm gonna get a refill, but I'll take my laptop with me.
Okay.
Go on, move it.
Right. Hot Shots Part Dew.
Oh fuck. Yeah, again, it's been so long. It's been so long.
And see, I always joke for these movies like okay, for Hot Shots Part 1. I've never seen Top Gun, but I know I've seen Top Gun because I watched Hot Shots Part the first one. I mean,
Go.
and the two of this one, I loved it because of the mocking of the Rambo movies. Because I think it was like at least the third Rambo movie had just came out, or at least had been out at least a couple of years. And then like what you see on the for the post there, the Charlie Sheen using a chicken as a bow and arrow as an arrow.
Oh, okay. All right, I remember a little bit, and I remember, yeah, we were excited. Maybe we even saw it in the theater.
I think we did.
Okay. Well, shit. I don't know. I honestly feel like I can't make a determination. So, what do you think, Phil?
Maybe like again where I have Airplane. It's it had pull some some of the same jokes, as the first one. But this one I think they knew they were going for a comedy, and the original they try to play it off seriously.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you. Well, so what do you think?
I would say C again.
Oh hey, is it cool if I open up one of these Cokes, big ones?
Sure.
All right.
All right. So, sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing some of these. I think this is Two Towers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Two Towers.
I want to at least place mine where I think it does belong.
Oh shit.
This is actually is my favorite.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, yeah. You put it in D tier first. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no. In A, it belongs in A because it is my favorite. Showing of Gant, because at the time I've never read the books. I think I only saw the cartoon, and so the reveal of Gandalf the White.
Oh yeah.
And Treebeard, this one showed the orcs were being slaughtered by the Knights of Rohan, right?
That's interesting. That you didn't know the plot, basically.
Yeah, no, I had never touched. I knew it was a sequel to The Hobbit. I think it was just one of those common. To me, it's felt like when you're born, it's like you're given common knowledge stuff. The Hobbit's a sequel to The Lord of the Rings. Coke is better than Pepsi.
Yeah.
Han shoots first.
Yeah, Two Towers is it's a great film, and in terms of these ones are a little harder to do because it just feels like they shot them all at the same time.
Yeah,
and they all really feel cohesive.
Yeah.
So it is kind of difficult to gauge, but I think that Two Towers. I will say it's not my favorite of the trilogy, but it's a great film, and it's a great middle part.
Yeah.
And they did it, almost perfect. And I think A tier sounds good to me too. I think it's up there as just it. Yeah, they didn't fuck it up. We'll say that.
Yeah.
They didn't fuck it up, and it's fun to watch, and it's probably the one I've seen the most actually. Watching them, whatever.
I think by the time I remember exclusively trying to hold out for the extended cuts, and I think by that time because I had watched the first one, the Fellowship of the Ring so many times. I think my enthusiasm sort of dwindled, but it's still my favorite version of this story. You see more. To me, honestly, I think you see more of Christopher Lee's character and stuff. All right. What's a good? Did we do this one already?
T2.
Yeah. Now this I definitely. I would The first movie definitely was a action horror. This is again like Aliens in action.
And again, James Cameron.
Yep. And to me, it had the best marketing. T2.
Yeah. I mean, I feel it. I feel it's no. I think it's S tier because, and the reason why is not only is it incredible movie, I think it's far superior to the original.
Okay.
Now the original is good, but T2 is just incredible.
Yeah.
So. And I think that's pretty much consensus in general for the public. How do you feel about that?
No, I agree with it. Because I think we went out and saw the movie at least within that first week of release.
And were we surprised when he was the good guy? Watching it,
See,
I can't remember.
Unfortunately, I remember seeing the trailers for it.
I mean, they tried to hide it, or did they?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
And see, because apparently they wanted.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
they wanted it to like what was the new guy? Who's the good Terminator? Who's the bad Terminator?
Oh yeah, they tried. Oh,
and
yeah.
And apparently that was the studio's call. The show that because by that time Arnold is like in wrestler he was the face and stuff.
And he was
in real life he was the face.
Arnold in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie either.
I
watched that shit.
Well, for a small time, I had a hatred for it.
What?
And I can't explain why. I just did. I just had a hatred for it. But it's like now it's like, oh God, yeah, no.
Dun 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 dun. I cannot cry, John Connor. Incredible.
All right.
And folks, you'll probably see, we're a little top heavy on the good stuff, and that's probably only because, well, one, we haven't gotten to like the big sequels or the longer sequels yet, but also like brainstorming it, just naturally the stuff that you like and remember will come up as opposed to the shit that you hate and forgot.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll fill out the bottom a little bit as we go along.
Oh, I'm pretty sure from some of the sequels I'm looking at, so it's going to get there.
Okay.
All right. Just a placeholder. Police Academy 2, their first assignment. Again, this is another one I probably saw more than the original.
Yeah, I think so. God, the Police Academies. So the problem with me is that like they're just so jumbled.
Yeah.
Like they all run into each other. But yeah, it's kind of like the Revenge of the Nerds thing. It's like the first one's a lot. First one's really like kind of a different movie.
Yeah.
A little bit, and it's like a little more serious, a little more like 70s film, and then this is where they get into like just starting to like make it goofier.
Yep.
And yeah, we definitely watched this one more. Memory's sake, I would say it's better than the first one, but that's not an objective fact. I just can't really piece them. I can't parse them out.
I mean, because like I think to me he's one of the greatest characters in there was not Hightower, gun enthusiast.
Mahoney? No, not Mahoney. Although Mahoney was a pretty good like leading man, Steve Guttenberg.
But to me, like for his character in like to me, he seemed to get more crazier like when they had that big montage stuff. I would say weirdly, I want to say D, just because.
Oh. Okay.
Just because they took it out of the academy and now they are police.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably
this
can't
is also
say.
the introduction of Bobcat Goldthwait's character.
Yeah, but it's pretty basic. In the second one, it's the third one that he's like the big star, right?
Sort of.
Or is it this one? Oh no, it's the third one where he joins.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
rehabilitated.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'd say D only in this. Yeah, only in the sense that we almost thought of it as the first one
Yeah,
as kids. Like we
'cause
we based the other ones off of it because the first one
you didn't see
we
it.
didn't really watch
It
that.
was probably on It was probably like on HBO, but we were watching on you know afternoon movie on USA, TBS, and stuff. I would just say D just because they definitely went from I can't. The first one was a highbrow comedy. I would almost say the first it was like the first movie was trying to be a parody of cop movies.
Yeah.
And then this is straight, trying to be a parody of its own movie.
yeah. Okay.
All right. All right. I guess I'm not, for some reason, Vegas Vacation. Honestly, I barely remember this one because I think by the time they came out, it was like how I had the realization that how many people played the kids.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel the same.
No, it definitely feels different than the other ones. Like European had the series credit because they had the same kids. Third one doesn't have the same, but it's fine. Vegas Vacation, it's like almost totally different. It's like I'd almost say trash.
Okay.
But it has a little bit of it, and Randy Quaid's still in it,
Let's see, that's I think my biggest problem is they just seem, except for European Vacation, like they purposely were trying to shoehorn him into the movie.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he has a much bigger part in this one than the other one. I could see D just because it's just a little more of the same, but it's definitely the worst.
Okay. So
By far, F is fine in my.
Because to me, this is by this time it's ran. They've really they knew it's ran its course.
Yeah.
Then not too long ago, I think it was a direct to DVD, but they did Vegas. No, it was Christmas Vacation 2 with Randy Quaid's character. And I think they even did a Vegas Vacation 2.
Oh.
But I think those were direct DVDs.
Yeah.
I want to pull this one just because I was trying to find this one. Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah. At least A.
Yeah.
At least A. I would say S, just in the sense only because it's evolved out of the other ones.
Okay.
I don't know how many do other families have this as the staple to watch on Christmas Eve? Like I watch it every year on Christmas Eve.
I have fallen out and watched, but I would remember going outside the living when I lived with my folks. My mom sitting there, Christmas tree in the living room, her sitting there, and Christmas Vacation playing.
It's our. It's that time, special time of year. I don't know. I think it's the best one out of all of them.
Okay.
But I can live with A. I'd say it's like A plus.
Okay.
The other ones are really good. Well, I don't know. But oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's top of A, definitely.
Yeah. Because this was, I think, the one that I definitely would say people know more about.
Oh yeah. But it also is a little difficult because you said it yourself. It is more of a series.
Yeah.
Like they don't really discuss anymore. The kids are always pretty much sort of the same age.
Yeah.
Although, wait, do they? Well, then they swap the ages of the brother and the sister. Like the brother's older in the first two, and then he's younger in the third one.
I think that's with a European. I think in the European, I think it's to me come off that the brother's the oldest.
Oh yeah. They're the same. They're the same actors. First one.
Okay.
And so I think it was only done like a couple years later. Yeah. So the brother's like slightly older, but then in the third one, they just. And they don't. There's no time. No time passes. From the original. It's like The Simpsons. Although it's in Vegas, the kids are.
Yeah.
They're now like teenagers and stuff.
Well,
and they're definitely
be of driving age because they all drive out with the.
Yeah, and and the Griswolds are definitely older.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Yeah, I like A plus.
All right. So. Yeah, so our hour for.
We're done.
Do we want to do a few more?
Let's do a few more.
Okay. All right.
Let's do a nightmare.
Okay. I forget.
Top second, right?
Yeah. Elm Street 3, Dream Child. I mean, I would almost just say this would be the S because it matches the same. Again, it also helps being written by Wes Craven and stuff. It matches the first one perfectly in tone.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
I mean, because if we didn't have number 2, I think if we would number 3 would have been. And,
I like it as a sequel. I think it's a good sequel.
Yeah.
I think it complements the first one well. I mean, I'd say A or B.
A or B.
Did you say S?
I'd say S.
Let's A. Let's match it A.
Okay,
or let's split the diff.
Okay.
Because it's pretty good, but again, the first one's so good. Like, is it better? I like it better than. All right, it's more watchable than. But yeah, that's a hard cookie to compare yourself.
Okay. Let's do this one. Alien 3.
Okay. Again, the controversial opinion that most people would put into F or D. I love Alien 3.
I got a mixed bag. I like it because I can't say it quite goes back to form of the first one because the first one was just one alien. Because it says right there, alien, not aliens. It's not Aliens 3, it's Alien.
Oh man. Well, I like it as a movie. But I will say, yeah, it's not. It's a bit of a drop down from the first two. I will say that.
Okay.
I can be fine. I would say it's tier, but I can understand C tier.
I mean, I would say C. Had they stopped it where at least the Ripley story with this one, I would put as B. But because of they decided to continue running the Ripley storyline, I mean, yeah.
Yes, he's fine. He's fine. See the compromise I do, people.
He's gonna go home.
I'm being very scientific about this.
I think this one we have to do just because.
Oh, okay.
Army of Darkness.
Now this is the first one I saw out of the series. We saw it in the theater. We didn't know what the fuck it was going.
Yeah.
It's because I don't think because you hadn't seen the.
I had no idea it was part of of a franchise.
We were just like, oh, there's a guy in a store. Oh shit, he's now in fantasy land and has one hand.
And uh, and puppet skeletons.
Yeah, but yeah, he gets attacked by a crazy witch, and now it's just this weird movie. And I mean, so that was our baseline, and only later, like, cause it's a different movie
Yep.
than the other one.
I mean, because I think it was like how I saw it was okay. Army of Darkness, and then I saw the first Evil Dead movie. Because at the time, yeah, there was just those three. Because at the time, I couldn't find Evil Dead 2 anywhere, and that's why I think I realized that tonal shift.
Well, I mean, I'd say it's not better than Evil Dead 2. That's what I would say. I think Evil Dead 2 is better.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I rewatched it like a couple years ago, and just it dropped down. I was just kind of, it wasn't really.
Okay, did you watch the original or the director's cut with the true ending?
Oh, I was probably the original call.
Okay.
Difference. I mean, I would say B or C personally.
I would say B.
Okay.
Because,
It's not bad.
No.
It's not a bad movie. Or at least, I mean, some people might think it's bad, which I can understand. Yeah, no, and it was like a lot more money, right?
Yeah.
It was like a shit ton.
Yeah, this is the one that I think had the biggest. The reboot and all those others had a bigger. I mean, they purposely, because it was. I think Sam Raimi wanted to call it like, Evil Dead 3, but call it either Medieval Dead.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Because a studio was backing them, and they wanted it as its own.
Oh, Medieval. That would have been great.
Yeah.
All right.
How about this one? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Honestly, I'd say where it is right now. I would, and if you would say F, I probably would drop it to F.
F. It's trash. It's a horrible.
Yeah.
Like on every level, it's a horrible. I concur with Jay from Film Junk when he's like, when out of 5 stars, he gives it no stars at all. He's like, it's absolutely trash. It's compared to the first two.
Yeah.
No Henson production.
Yeah.
Casey Jones is just hanging out in some weird strip mall.
He's and he's playing chaperone to 4 wandering, lost in time samurais.
Yeah, it's just pure trash. Too bad.
Yep. I think it was funny that I heard years later they retroactively renamed it. Okay, I'm just going to say TMNT3 Turtles in Time.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that because that was always a weird thing because of the video game.
Yeah,
but it was never. It doesn't really have much to do at all.
Okay, let's. Goldmember.
I would personally put it in front of Bioshock. I just like Goldmember more.
Okay.
Just because I love gold. Austin Powers Faja. But in terms of like, I think it's just I would put it on A or B. Well,
I mean, to me, I think I had one of the best DVD extras. Like you could put it into your computer and through a microphone, like record your own voice, like lines.
Oh, nice.
And me, Kenny, and Jeff would sit there and record lines. And to this day, it's like we'll pull me and Kenny will like do gestures from the movie, but use lines we used from the movie.
And this was prime Mike Myers, every cameo, everybody was in it.
Yep.
You know, Beyonce, you know, is cast. Fat Bastard's back. Mini Me.
Yep.
You know, Gold Member. Fucking Michael Caine is his father. Like it's Daddy wasn't there. Take me to the fair. Yeah. So, but yeah, as it's probably pretty much as funny of a film as The Spy Who Shagged.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely had the same energy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've watched it for a while though.
I watched it in Spokane when I was there. We watched it as we were just chilling out, and I was like, "Oh man, yeah, wait, I don't think these movies can't survive in today's model."
Oh yeah. See, honestly, I actually want to watch the first one again because it's been so long. Like, I think the only thing I remember from the first movie was him being defrosted and the whole like coming out, like, you know, like the people like shepherding him around, and then he has to, you know, urinate. It's like takes forever.
Yeah.
That's like the only part I think I remember.
Look at that massive dong, sir. Ding dong. All right.
All right.
What about some of these police academy or nerds?
Okay, let's and also I'm going to put where I think it does belong.
Okay.
Because to me, this was just because it's literally called the Revenge of the Nerds: The Next Generation, and I think they try to pull, try to do the same storyline from the first one, but the problem is they stick it back in Adams College after the nerds took over, and so it's like a nerd paradise. And it wasn't until this one guy comes in and sabotages it. The guy from the star of the first two movies essentially takes takes over the movie. So, and the new generation of nerds are just become background characters.
I got you. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen it. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen any of the other nerds.
Yeah,
that have come up. So I'll trust your judgment.
Yeah, it's let's just finish these the Revenge of the movies. This one, Nerds in Love. Straight up trash.
Oh shit. Oh, that's too bad.
I mean, I can't.
Is Booger still in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, almost all the original. I think all the Lamar. I don't know about the kid, like the genius, the little kid, because I think by the time he does grow up in the second one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that was him. I literally thought that was a whole new kid. I can't remember him in the third one, and he probably was in it. You have to have been in it. But I think by this time it's a whole different kid. And then for some reason they're like hit the guy. I can't remember the main character's name, but his wife is pregnant, and now it's like a prophesied nerd kid.
Actually, that's pretty awesome. He shall come one day.
Yeah, and his dad's like come like some spiritual guru or something. I think if I remember right.
Nice. Awesome. All right. What else we got?
How about Matrix Revolution?
All right. Again, my bias shows, but it'll show a little less because I imagine most people would just be like trash. I don't think it's trash, but it's definitely not as good as the first two.
Okay.
Like they really fucked up on. There's just something about like I have there'll be a video essay of it on my YouTube channel in about 3 years. I swear to God about why the trilogy is. But I definitely know the Revolution definitely has its flaws. It's just weird. It's weird how it starts. Some of the fighting scene, like the first fighting scene in the club foyer with the guns, just looks weird. Battle scenes aren't that great. So I get it. I would put it in. Like personally, I'd probably put it in C, but I can understand a D and maybe even an F.
Let's put it as a
What do
B,
you think?
Because it did finally cap it off up until which I actually have not seen yet.
Oh, actually the latest one. It starts really awesome. Like because there's a meta aspect to it which is really smart.
I mean,
where it's a video game and Neo's like, and they're talking about like making it, and there's a very meta thing about how the Wachowskis made the movies in it. It's pretty cool. But that movie's trash.
But didn't like they also sort of try to sweep Reloaded Revolutions out of like or the Matrix 1 happened?
I didn't get that vibe. I didn't get that from it at all.
Because I know someone I talked to had watched it. He's like, yeah, no, they basically got rid of, it's like this is what they told me. He flew off, and then like whoever was in the Matrix basically recaptured him and like put him off grid till the. Again, I haven't seen it.
Oh, maybe that did happen. Shit, I might have to rewatch it. All right. We got.
All right. You know what? Just because Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and I actually watched this not that long ago.
Nice.
And I was actually talking to somebody. What was that whole opening about? And he pointed out he thinks it was to set up, because there was that young Indiana Jones television series.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, maybe.
Because it was like, to me, like, it, like, it was like, to me, I think it stems from when he sees these, I think, supposed to be other archaeologists, or are they supposed to be grave robbers? Like, he somehow knows about this cross that they pull up, steals it from them, but it's like, is it like, to me, because it was like, it was giving me a vibe that he was a rival with them or something.
I gotcha. No, it just I think it was just a way to like, because as his father's in the movie, so they were trying to like show a context of him being a kid with a father, and just a fun way to like show him as a kid and how he became interested in this. Because one, his father is also an archaeologist.
Yeah.
Sean Senior is also an archaeologist. So his father's already an archaeologist, and he obviously, and just showing how he has bravado and he'll just do stuff.
Okay.
But he didn't know the guys.
Yeah.
He's just there. He's on a Cub Scout or Boy Scout trip and just sees them off in the distance.
Okay. Yeah. I think that would have at least helped. Like maybe like as they're getting off the horses, there's just you see the grave robber's vehicle just parked there to the side or something.
I got
to
you.
me, it just felt so spearheady.
Well, maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe he knew him. I don't know. But I really like it because like the main like dude, like he emulates him. He dresses exactly like him. and we see a little. See, that's the thing. We don't even see Sean Connery. We just hear his voice.
Yeah.
Because he tries to talk to him, but he won't really talk to him and stuff. But it's just a way to show his passion and how he starts.
I mean,
It doesn't really have much to do with the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the guy did point out, he's like, well, it shows like how his dad's not associated with his life. It's like how many adults will have him, to start counting, and then in Greek, I think was it in Greek, and because they're trying to show him like, hey, I found this lost relic item, and his dad's sitting there dueling. Because I mean, if I would imagine if you would have found a lost relic and you went to show your dad, your dad probably would say, okay, hey, cool, let's probably get hold of the right authorities.
Well, yeah, no, he shows his dad didn't really care too much about what he was doing. His dad was obsessed with his own stuff, but his dad taught him discipline and he educated.
Okay.
And I think it shows that.
Yeah. Maybe it was just I was thinking too much in it.
But in terms of the rest of the movie is awesome.
Yeah.
They're all awesome. And I would say just objectively speaking, better than. Even though Temple of Doom is the one I'd want to watch or rewatch, but I mean, I would say it's A personally.
Okay, I would agree.
Like it's a great third film. They could have flubbed it.
Yeah. ... Because I think it because I admit the second one had that because he didn't go against the Nazis.
Yeah, there were no Nazis.
Yep.
You will go to Bangkok Palace, find Shiva Linga, and bring back.
All right. Couple more.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to pull ahead on this because we've been just doing but Police Academy 5. I want to say already because this is the one I probably actually have seen the most.
Oh shit!
I will drop it
S tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it as good? No, but it's one of those nostalgia that I pop because I've seen it more often.
Hey, I've been compromised. You gotta drop it down to A. It's not as good as you're saying it's not as good as the ones before it?
Oh,
is that what you're saying?
Or is it? Because by this time, Steve Guttenberg dropped out.
What happens in 5?
They go to Miami. Dork!
It's not ringing a bell, dude.
Really?
No. Now 3, I remember well. I think 3 I watched quite a bit. The one where Bobcat does... Wait, is that the one where Bobcat turns, or is that 4?
3. Because
that's
Citizens on Patrol.
Okay.
And I think 3 is the one also had not Chris Farley, David Spade in it.
Oh Jesus. Then what happened in 4?
More of the same. They hijinks happen. They get in trouble, and at the end they have a montage of. But 5 they had a water ski chase.
Okay.
The guy jumps out dressed as Rambo.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. But what's funny is the one that I've watched the most. I watched the most back in the day was 6. I watched 6 more than any of them.
City Under Siege.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't know why. I wouldn't call it better than the other ones. I don't know why I watched that one. All right.
But yeah, I had to jump ahead because this is one I had to put my.
Well, if you want to put it in S, that's fine. I don't remember it enough.
Okay, honestly, I didn't remember. This is another one that, we will just leave the TV on. And it was on. The one captain getting dork written on his chest.
Okay.
Since this is I think the last of these, Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith.
I mean, shit. I don't think I don't the Sith at all. I do not like it's dropped for me. I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay when I saw it, but it drops every time I watch it. In terms of the first trilogy, I like Phantom Menace the best. I think it's the best movie.
Well, I think that was like actually the last movie that was actually filmed on location. Last Attack of the Clones, and we're all shoot on green screens.
So I mean, I would put it in D tier myself, but what do you think?
I probably would agree with you on it.
I could see a C. I could see just sort of very run of the mill. I just don't think it's a good movie. And I mean, I guess it's an okay sequel. I guess it does all the things it needs to do. Like it follows, because we all knew what would happen.
Yeah.
We all basically knew the plot. And it does that. It does it. Don't think it does it very well.
I would say D, yeah, because it was one of the George Lucas needed instead of yes men, he needed somebody to pull the reins in a little bit.
Gotcha. Hey, let's do that last Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Fuckery.
I would say C because
What?
I do like this. I do like it.
Oh shit!
And this is because okay. I know everyone the fridge part. Okay, yes, the fridge.
That's the best part. That's the best part of the movie.
I mean, I just think everyone forgot these movies were based off old pulps and stuff. Where let's again use Indiana Jones. Last Crusade, when the tank was going over the ravine, and it was led to look like Indiana Jones went over it, because that's where they would have ended that episode. Like, whoa, Indiana Jones, would he have survived? Did he survive the tank? Wait till next week, young superhero, our young archaeologists. Sorry. Butchered that.
Yeah.
That to me, this was it. They leaned heavy into that pulp, and to me, it made sense. Okay, first movie finds first and third movie they find two religious artifacts. Second movie they find a lost society.
And some magic stones. there is a little bit of magic.
Okay.
So actually, when I was rewatching them and that Crystal came up, I all of a sudden was like, yeah, there always has been a little bit of hoo-ha in all of them, just a little bit.
I mean, and to me, it made sense. A definitely a lost society leaning into aliens. Did they need to show the aliens? No. But I does it match the quality of the first three movies? No. But I do like, because to me it did lead in heavily into the pulpiness.
No, that's cool. And I will say, it went up a little bit on my last watch, like a couple weeks ago, just because of the first scene. Because it's pretty, I think it's pretty good and pretty funny. But then I lost interest in it. Watched the rest of it. I got bored. So I can't really say much. C, you wanted to put it in C tier, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
And see, I think another reason why is by this time, Harrison Ford was up there. He's probably, at this time, he was severe arthritis. God. I don't think people wanted to let go of him being it was like they should have. They could have yes, they could have maybe put it back in, Indiana. Indiana doing his archaeological stuff before the Nazis and stuff.
God, Crystal Skull's right next to Alien 3. What's happened? While the audience is like, both of those are trash.
I'm probably one of the rare few defenders of the Crystal Skull.
My God. All right. Well,
one more,
oh, okay.
Just because
right.
there's only one. Actually, there's 2, 3, but this one just because, and I'm going to stick it in F.
Resurrection?
Yes. I remember wanting like, there's no redemption for this. Had it just been aliens and not put a clone of, go ahead, mention like, they could have just slightly mentioned like, a person named Ellen Ripley apparently had encounters, with them. Do they need to do a clone? No.
Yeah, that sucks. The French, like the French aspect to it, the director's French and he uses his French actors, is kind of cool. That's like the only, and then writer of Buffy, the writer of Buffy.
Joss Whedon?
Yeah, I mean he wrote it, and it's very Whedon-esque. But then there's some cool parts with like the pirate crew.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of cool, but it sucks.
And supposedly
What a drop off.
A story in it that supposedly during the filming, one of the actors delivered a line, and apparently that's not how he had wrote it, and Joss Whedon apparently threw a hissy fit.
I can believe it. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll stop it there.
Okay.
We'll just really. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Look at it. Look at the configuration of the tier list. It's pretty good. I think we got like, yeah. I think the S's are well deserved. And a lot of movies in B that are just, it's just like maybe not as good as the original, or maybe just as, but they're good movies. And C is just sort of like, toe in the line, or but then then we got a few stinkers.
I'm sorry. I'm not shocked. I am as many F's that there is, because I know like when I pulled up Nerds in Love, it was like that. It's going on at least the bottom rung.
Well, we could add a few more. Terminator 3, trash.
Okay.
Although, what do you think of Day of the Dead?
I would put it as C.
Okay.
Because, it was, it finished off the trilogy. And then and then later in hindsight, George Martin just literally would just copy paste his own style.
I got you.
But yeah. Actually, let's do this last one right here. Back to Future 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard again. I personally like it, although I think the consensus is that it's a drop off. And then it felt rushed, which I think I can kind of agree.
Like 4 months after the second one.
Yeah, I mean, I think they slightly filmed them together a little bit, or just started filming immediately.
I mean, it does not belong in D. I would C would be the minimum.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, it's a great end of the trilogy.
Okay.
And I think it's a fine film. I'd probably put it in B, personal.
Okay.
But I could understand C. But I'd probably say B.
Well, because I like that opening when he gets into the Western, he's dressed like literally like a clown cowboy.
Yeah.
He's all
after hanging out with his like great uncle Seamus McFly. He's dressed like a girl there. With Buford tannin.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, yeah, looks good. Oh shit, we're back. Jesus.
So,
Fuzzy as hell.
oh shit.
Well, yeah, no, tier lists are fun.
Yeah.
Maybe we do a reboot one next. I mean, I know we already did sort of a reboot cast.
Yeah.
We just have to remember not to contradict ourselves. Have to rewatch that episode.
Yep.
When did we do that actually? Oh, March. We did that in March.
Oh, that's not far.
We did a top 3 and bottom 3.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a possibility. But thanks for watching, everybody, folks. Or at least in the future, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, this has been great. Tier lists are the shit.
Did any match would have matched your on your tier list? Which you know?
Crystal Skull and Alien 3 are trash.
Which one of the D list would you raise, or would you lower? All right. So yeah, I'm Phil Nielsen.
T-Tizzle.
All right. See you.